그냥 노트 두고 책갈피 소
One brother and two sisters at the top here.
brother and
How many relatives do you have in your family?
Yeah. Sorry.
one brother and two.
How many brothers and sisters do you have?
How many brothers and sisters? Sister. Do you have?
Yeah. And what about 27 years?
How old are you?
Oh, 27. Yes, thank you. I'm a little bit older than 27. I'd like to be 27. Yeah.
How many have been here?
How many years
Yeah.
have you?
Have you been
Yeah.
living in
Hungary.
New Zealand. It's to do with my job. You're close, very close. How many years? How many years? Okay. Have you been? This is present perfect. Have you been teaching English? How many years have you been? I've been teaching English for 27 years and I've lived in China for 14 years. England, I was teaching in England for 4 years. Hong Kong 1 year. Indonesia. Yeah. New Zealand, I've been teaching many years in New Zealand. What about England? What do you think that is?
living in
Yeah. That's when I was a
childhood?
child, yeah.
Child.
Living in childhood, England?
Yeah. What about where were?
Where?
Where were you born?
Yes, where were we born? I'm actually English. I was born in England. I came to New Zealand when I was 9 years old. So, yeah. Where
Were
were
you born?
you born? Yeah, so I'm an immigrant too to New Zealand. Yeah. So when you're asking questions, to help people understand you, you need to stress the important words. Okay. And question words. Again, this is linked. What are your hobbies?
What are your hobby?
What are your hobbies?
What are
Actually, it's
your-
linked there. What are your hobbies?
What are your hobbies?
What are your hobbies?
What are your hobbies?
Where do you live?
Where do you live?
What are your hobbies?
Where are your hobbies?
What are your hobbies?
What
What are your?
What are your?
What are your?
What are your?
What are your? What are your?
What are your?
What are your hobbies?
What are your hobbies?
Yeah. What about here? Eugene, what's important here, do you think?
How many
countries?
Countries, yes.
How many countries?
Have
Been to. How many? How
How
many
many?
countries? Again, that's linked. How many countries
How many countries
have you been to?
have you been to?
Have you been to?
Have you been to?
Yeah.
How
What we
many
tend to
countries?
stress is verbs and nouns. So verb
Yes.
and noun.
now?
Yeah, so verb,
Verb,
nouns.
verb,
We stress the verbs and the nouns. How many countries? have
How
you
many
been to?
countries have
It
you
looks like this. How many countries have you been to? Yeah. How many countries have you been to?
how many countries have you been?
Yeah. So let's try asking these questions. All right. So, where do you live?
Where do you
Where do you live? You can answer. Where do you live?
Bangladesh?
Yeah. Notice I didn't say where do you live. I said where do you live?
Where do you live?
Where do you live?
Where do you live?
It's quite fast. Where do you live?
Where do you live?
Yeah.
In,
And
in Bangladesh?
okay, you want to ask?
Where do you live?
Good.
I live in Hungary.
Yeah. Good. Okay. Let's try this one. What are your hobbies?
What are your hobbies?
Yeah. What are your hobbies?
My hobbies are gardening and swimming.
Yeah. Okay. You want to ask?
What are your hobbies?
What are your hobbies?
Swimming, not
Yeah.
walking.
Yeah. Okay. How many countries have you been to?
Yeah, New Zealand.
Just New Zealand.
Just New Zealand.
Okay. You want to ask, Eugene?
How many countries have you been to?
How many countries
Have you been to?
we've been to?
Visited means visited.
Visit.
Maybe about 10 countries.
10, wow. Okay. What languages can you speak, Eugene?
I speak Russian, of course,
Yeah.
English a little,
Yeah.
and French a little less.
French?
Je parle un peu français.
How many brothers and sisters? How many brothers and sisters do you have?
I have only one.
Only one.
Only
One brother.
Yeah.
Older brothers, younger brother. Older is the younger.
Older.
Older.
He is 5 years older than me.
Older brother.
And no sisters.
Yeah, other
I
sisters.
have cousin, but it's
Yeah,
another
yes.
thing. And how many brothers and sisters do you have?
Staying husband.
I have younger sister. Yeah, in Korea. Yep.
The social worker.
What?
Young sister.
Only one?
Only one. Yeah.
And that's all?
Sorry.
And that's all?
Yes. That's all.
Oh, like
Yes.
me. Yeah, okay.
So what else in India?
Yeah. How do you learn new words? What do you do?
What's it?
How do you learn
How do you know?
new words? What do you do? Do you hear a new word?
Yeah, new words.
And you
some
write it
books,
down?
Reading,
Yeah.
spelling mistake.
Yeah.
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 So, vocabulary is more than practice.
Yeah. Yeah. So you need some sort of a method, some sort of a system.
System.
And with reviewing, you need to review 1 hour, 1 day, 1 week, 1 month. It takes 7 times for a word to, you need to use the word 7 times before it stays in your, and becomes active. So you have many passive words. Passive are words that you know but you don't use. Yeah? You have all these words you know but you don't use. But active words are the words that you can use. Okay? And you need some methods, some good methods. So I'm here as your coach. Okay? I cannot pour English into you. I'm sorry. You have to do the hard work.
Hard work.
Yeah, I'm here as to coach you, to help you. So what are we going to learn?
That I think most New Zealanders aren't particularly bothered by.
Meanwhile, Trevor Mallard continues to face pressure over the $300,000 of taxpayers' money spent to cover a legal dispute.
How many years have you been teaching English? How many years have you been teaching English?